ArsenalFanTV. Mo, good to have you. But how was Mecca?
It was good, man. Spiritually, it was brilliant, and I'm very, very glad it was at the time where transfer window and 4-0 to Liverpool and all that.
Somebody said to me, he goes, "Mo ain't praying hard enough out there because we got smashed at Liverpool, man." I was driving back from Liverpool, right, and I remember saying to troops, "Thank God Mo ain't here. Man. I know this guy's the most miserable guy when we lose games, but thank God." Man, what did you make of that Liverpool game?
My wife knows all about that. I wasn't actually in Mecca, so I was hoping I'm going to pray for Arsenal to beat Liverpool in a holy place, but I was on a coach between Medina and Mecca, and I was sitting next to my wife, and I said to her, "Look, this is my sacrifice. I didn't watch McGregor Mayweather. I said I'm not going to follow the Arsenal game. I'm getting rid of all of these sort of like worldly things and focusing on something a bit deeper." And I get a text on my phone, and someone goes to me, "What is going on with us against Liverpool?" And at that point, when they're not giving you clarity and you're thinking, "Oh God, I'm fearing the worst," you have to go and find out. So then I went and found out, and we were 3-0 down at the time. I was livid, absolutely livid. And by the end of the coach journey, I went and found out the score, 4-0 down. I was so annoyed. And that's when I got into Mecca, and it ruined it for me. Arsenal, I can't believe, even when I'm in Mecca, like trying to do something spiritual, they still ruin it. But alhamdulillah, when you see what I went there for, to do the pilgrimage, when you see the Kaaba, nothing can take that away from me. So at that point, but Arsenal tried their best, man.
But at least today, though, a bit better by the team.
Yeah.
You know what? I was chatting to somebody who's sort of inside at Arsenal, and he did say to me, he goes, "Robbie, I think you'll see that these players, they hurt after that result. They're gonna come with a big response." Now I know people will say it's only Bournemouth. You can come a cropper against these type of teams, but Robbie, they put a performance in.
You tell that person, whoever told you that, who's saying they're going to come with a big response, let's have a big season. That's a response that we need, not an individual game. It doesn't matter. I'm sick of having, getting embarrassed and having stupid decisions at the highest level in our club affecting our on-the-pitch chances, only for players to come out and put in one good performance and talk it up and all that sort of stuff, and then all you see again is mediocrity season after season. If that's the case, if players are hurting, let's see it on like a high-level basis, not one individual game. Let's go and win a league. It's just, the sad thing is for me, it's like, 3 games into the season when I was coming here today, and I feel as though all the passion, all that excitement, the expectation has been ripped away from a season. I don't feel like people are coming here full of energy and full of passion. I feel like it's just been self-inflicted. We've pressed the self-destruct button so early this year. All of the clubs that are serious about winning something, we're the one to post a ridiculous profit. The only way you can be doing that and for it to be accepted, in my view, is if you're sitting there amongst yourselves. Maybe they are, who knows, maybe that deluded, and saying that we really think we're going to win the league. You've got to be...
Well, they did say that. They've come out and said that they think it was some good transfer business and it's good enough to win the league.
Look, there's about 20 people standing here right now. If I was to ask anyone here to make a noise, if you truly, sincerely believe Arsenal are going to win the league this year.
Well, hold on.
I hope so. We're going to win the league.
You forgot he was there,
Robbie,
didn't you?
When Ty is saying, "I hope so," that tells you its own story. No one truly believes. No one put their life on it. Do you know what I mean? And it's a sad state of affairs because we're Arsenal fans. If anyone thinks Arsenal are going to win the league, it's going to be the fans that are, biased towards their club, and even we don't think we're going to win the league. So you can't be in that position and then having such an inactive transfer window like that. I stayed away from it all, and I'm kind of glad, but I could not believe when I finally logged on and said, all right, let me see who we signed. I cannot believe that we didn't sign anyone. It's absolutely unacceptable. It's been a few days, I'm calm now, but I'm so angry, so angry at how the club have, just created this self-inflicted situation. I'm really angry. The rumour has it that we bidded for Lamar, very, very high figure in the last week of the transfer window. Wow. What level of naivety exists here for us to be bidding for a player and putting all of our eggs in one basket for a player, not knowing that he wants to sign our club? When that flipping fax or email came through, or that reply came through that actually, no, I don't want to sign for you. I think that's unforgivable that we're getting that sort of response in the last week. The way we operate baffles me. I know you've got to be careful about not tapping up and that sort of stuff, but listen, man, get one of the French lads to give him a call. Do something. Other clubs don't do this.
It ain't tapping up. It's during the transfer window. You are allowed to get in contact with players.
No, but I mean, the way it works is that you submit an offer to the club and then the player responds. You can't go and get that confirmation from the player first. And what I'm saying is that, look, there are darker, ways of going about things to make sure that you're not adversely affected. Arsenal's got to be our number one. And even Liverpool, they were blatantly tapping out Virgil van Dijk. Yeah. And ultimately, nothing's come of it. The authorities are toothless. Go and do things in the way that everyone else is doing it. We can't continue to be this shining beacon of a club that does everything in the right way only for us fans and our trophy cabinet to suffer. We need to start
Was you surprised that Ox left?
Not at all surprised.
For Liverpool?
Me, I was surprised.
I'm surprised that he chose Liverpool over Chelsea, I'll be honest with you, but I'm not surprised he left our club. I'm not surprised anyone, when anyone leaves Arsenal these days, because I have to be really honest about this. If I was an Arsenal player and I didn't support Arsenal, I would want to leave. Yeah, that's my honest assessment of the state of affairs at this club. So, you were also talking about Alexis Sanchez earlier as well. If I was Alexis Sanchez, I wouldn't want to stay here. I'd think to myself, I'm head and shoulders above everyone else here. I want to go and win some serious trophies. It's not all about money. I think, from what I understand, Ox took a pay cut to go and join Liverpool, and that should send a real message to Arsenal and to fans around as well. Because the thing is, we always slate players for being, money orientated, and the player has actually left us when we're offering him more money to go. To me, it's baffling. And the other thing that really annoys me is that Ox, he hasn't really set the world alight football-wise, but he's got a lot of potential. And Liverpool are paying 40 million for that potential. Even Henry was scathing, saying that he doesn't know what Ox is good at, yet 40 million is being paid. Now, the way I see it, in this industry, in football, inflation is crazy, absolutely crazy. The worst thing you can possibly do is have money, leave it in the bank. 40 million today, in 6 months, never mind in 1 year, is going to be worth less. Significantly less. That's how crazy the inflation is in this game. And I don't understand what Arsenal are doing, thinking, yeah, fine, we won't spend it, we'll just sit on it. I'd rather do what Chelsea have done and be like a player farm, where you actually buy a player, send him out on loan, take advantage of the inflation and then sell him on. But all we're doing is sitting on this money. It's not going to work for us. If this is what we think like a good business model is beginning to be very frustrating, because we used to be a very, very good club and a very good business. Then we stopped being a very good club and kept on being a very good business, and now we're neither. And it's quite worrying to me, but,
Cheer up, mate. You're back in England.
Today, what can I say? Good result. Bournemouth were extremely respectful, no intensity in their game, no real game plan. I felt like they make it very easy for us, but we beat the opposition out in front of us, and, good result. Chelsea next weekend. I'm not even going to talk about Europa League.